What in the world are you giggling at? We got a video to make.
Yeah.
You gotta stop.
I can't.
How are we gonna get this video done?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Professional.
Are you looking professional?
No, but it's the best I can do.
All right, let's make a video.
Good morning and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with Giggles, and today we're going to be planting some Crunchy King radishes. Now, radishes are notoriously hard to grow some places, and will pop up out of the ground without any effort in other places. So, guys, there's really not a big secret to growing them. The only thing I can tell you is, you know, you want to hold back a little bit on the nitrogen. Nitrogen close to picking time will make your radishes hotter. So, but otherwise there's not a whole lot to it. Now we're going to do these a little bit different than you may have seen in the spinach video. We're going to poke in some trenches, and we're going to sprinkle them in that way, and then we can come back and thin if we need to. But usually we'll let them get about half size before we thin them, and then just get one out of the way of the other one, so and enjoy the other one small. So guys, just not a lot to planting radishes. We'll get over here. We're going to use the other half of the bed that you saw us plant the spinach in the last video. Tina will put in some trenches, and we'll go over that when we get out to the garden, but she'll put in some trenches, sprinkle the seeds in, get them covered up, and like the spinach, radishes are a shallow rooter, so we're going to put our fertilizer on top. But guys, we'll talk about that a little bit more on in the video. So for right now, let's get over to the bed, and we'll let Giggles get to planting.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, we're over here at the same bed that you saw us plant spinach in the previous video. It's in the right half here. Tina's going to be working on this half over here. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
But guys, we're going to do this pretty easy. We'll get Tina down here. We're going to cut in about 4 stripes on the bed. And just cut those in by hand. But we're going to make them not even really half an inch deep. You're more or less just scratching the surface of the dirt. And it's not a big process to get radishes in, but we don't want to try to poke holes for each individual seed. The seeds are pretty small, not that easy to handle. I wish they'd come out with a pelleted radish seed. If anybody knows of somebody selling them, we'd like to know. But we're going to cut in about 4 rows here, and we're just going to sprinkle them in, and it's going to have to be real light. These are the radish seeds we got from Johnny Seeds, and I believe they were what, Crunchy Kings?
Yeah.
I believe so. But there's plenty enough in there to do these 4 little rows. And we'll go ahead, we're going to plunk them in. And Tina, get her arm stretched way out there.
Yeah.
Try to drop one every couple of inches, inch and a half. But not an exact science, and we can always come back through and thin them. But guys, the radishes are up and down pretty quick. They're in and out in about a month. So nice to be able to use this bed again later in the summer.
Squash.
Yeah, put some squash in there. This is it's a really good bed for squash right here by the back porch. Nice to grab it for grilling and stuff. So we'll let Tina go ahead and get these planted in. We'll just kind of follow along and see where it goes from here. Alrighty, guys. Now that Giggles has got all the radishes planted, tough job, huh?
Yeah, terribly.
real tough.
It was really difficult.
Yep. Alright, but now that they're planted and got them covered up, it's time to put the fertilizer on. That's the last step you'll probably see us do. But we're just going to use the Job's tomato and vegetable. It's a 274. That's about a perfect NPK ratio, and does really good. Not too heavy on the nitrogen. We don't want to grow big tops and little tiny radishes. So we do want to keep it in balance. So it's a little high on the phosphorus. That's great for any root crop. So guys, we'll get that fertilizer put on here, and then we'll jump back in here and see if we can get Giggles settled down enough to wish you well. So we'll back here. We'll watch Tina put the Job's on, and then we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. We've got our Job's fertilizer out here. The Job's is a 274. That's a good balance for the NPK. And like I said before, radishes are a shallow rooting plant, and they need a little bit of extra phosphorus as a root crop. So this is just perfect for both purposes. So guys, we like to fertilize them high in the soil because they're, like I said, they are shallow rooting plants, but it's just easier to put it on top and let it work its way down. Now you can't use a stronger fertilizer to do that. If you do and the water puddles up, you'll end up with ground staining, and that'll clip your new seedlings off. But this is organic and it's pretty easy on the plant, so we can go ahead and fertilize on top. But what do you think, Tay?
Yep.
Happy with it?
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll get back over here on the porch and we'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, guys, that's about going to wrap it up for Crunchy King radishes. Guys, you can follow along through the season. If you like what you see, you can find the seeds at johnnyseeds.com. But pretty easy to plant. We're just trench them in, and we'll come back and thin them if we need to. Yep. But guys, they don't require a lot of care. You don't want to put them in the brightest part of your garden. That part of the garden where we planted them gets some sunlight, but it is up underneath a tree too. So when that tree finishes leafing out, you know, it'll help shade that bed about the time the radishes are done. So leaves are just coming out now. It's been running mid-50s or so. But beautiful weather to be outside, but a great time to get some of these garden plants in too. But like I said, we are expecting a cold spell later in the week, and it's going to get down to freezing, so we don't want to water these in and have them germinate too quick. We're just going to leave them sit in the soil. They'll sit pretty dormant. They're a real small, dense seed, so they're not in a hurry to germinate anyway. But guys, we'll go ahead and let them ride out through the cold spell, and then we expect to see them sometime after that. We'll start watering them in once it warms up. Feel free to follow them along. That's about all I've got. You got anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Yeah?
They're pretty easy.
Yeah. That'll about do it then. Time to say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Okay. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. Google let you know when we have some news and good stuff growing in the garden. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything along your mind, please put them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But as always, don't forget, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.